Hello there, this is Devon and I'm going to be doing my first sort of video log thing, the Convergence project. The site and the story that I chose to review is Boston.com's Showing the Human Face of Autism. Now the reason this caught my eye is because of Doug Flutie. Yes, Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie was an old quarterback for the Canadian Football League, and he also used to be a quarterback in the 80s for the New England Patriots before he got kicked out because of some labor dispute movement thing. But anyways, I digress. Now, the format of the website and the story, and what makes it a Convergence thing, is the pictures. Now, the pictures and this text and all sorts of videos, which I will give a short preview to here.
The Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation gathered at the Massachusetts State House in Boston today, and that's where we find NECN's Pat Backer. Good afternoon, Pat.
Good afternoon, Karen. The goal here really for parents and activists is to bring along people and try to raise awareness about autism, to tell lawmakers how important it is to put money and resources to help children with autism. And among the parents gathered here, Doug Flutie, whose son has autism. Now, the reason they say this is so important is that the numbers of children with autism is growing. They say this year more children will be diagnosed with autism than with AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined.
Now, what's interesting about all this is the fact that this is a really dynamic format and a really effective way to convey a message, especially a feature story, and a way to really evoke emotion with the video, and the whole fact of the matter is that this whole display is taking place at a state house over a period of the last 2.5 years in an effort to raise awareness and give faces instead of statistics. And that's why this is an interesting story. Now, there are pictures on the website which are quite moving. I don't know if this video is going to come out, but whatever. I'm new at this. That's fine. And I really do believe that even though that on the main Boston.com website the link was kind of hard to find, when it did catch my eye, it was very small print, like, you know, something that you may get in trouble for with, you know, when you're reading a legal document, some sort of fine print. Anyways, that's how big it was, and that's what I find to be interesting about this, is that this is such a big project, yet it took up such small space on the page. Let's see if you can see this. See, this is the Boston.com website. Oh God, we got those black bars again. And it's down here. Faces of Autism. And for the life of me, I can't really figure out why that is. It was a really moving story, and it was an interesting feature. It's kind of, besides the toughness of accessibility within the main website, when you do click on it, it's got a lot of information, a lot of text, a lot of pictures, and there's a giant video review right on there, and I feel like it was something that really helped me become more aware, because I wasn't quite sure what autism was. All I know is that Doug Flutie had a cereal called Flutie Flakes, which every time you bought it, you know, it's just like Frosted Flakes, only it was way cooler because it went to support a good cause. That's raising awareness and money and funds for diagnosing autism. But whenever you bought a box, he would donate money from the proceeds entirely to the Autism Foundation, which he started, the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation. And that's pretty awesome. It made me feel really cool because I was eating an athlete-sponsored cereal and because it was helping people with autism. And that is an act of love, let me just tell you. And it makes me feel good, and that's one of the things that actually drew me into the article. And once you get into the article, it's really navigable, it's really moving, it's not very long, and it actually does teach you something about it. And that people really are trying to raise awareness. And really, that's all it is. All I can say is give it one little pass, and maybe you'll feel deep within the bowels of your heart something that I felt briefly, right before realizing that this was a required assignment and that I'm going to have to do something grade-based in order to finish it up. But anyways, this is Devon, and I hope you've enjoyed the video session that I've just pulled completely out of my ass. Thank you.